your opponent is on their back and you're thinking about getting a guard, one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to want to block and stop you from getting a guard by putting their shin up. Preferably, you put the far leg up to block. Okay, knees in. As long as it's up, you're doing pretty good. Okay, but when this leg is up, let's go ahead and take advantage of an easy Achilles lock. So if I was like this and I had a crossbody, or I was trying, or somehow I got to the side and I want to mount, then I'm going to have a reverse like half here. Okay, and from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leg or this arm, get it in here to make sure he doesn't put his leg down. And then I'm going to make it a goal from here as I get ready to post to snake around and hook his ankle like this. And then all I'm going to do once I feel like I have it, so it goes from here, okay, actually my knee sneaks in here, then there. Then from here I'm ready to just pop up. And when I pop up, I'm going to pop up off his body, preferably his shoulder. I have his leg. My knee is through, and all I do at this point is just lean to the side, right here, and squeeze in on his knees, on his leg. I just fall to the side, and I'm going to take the lock here. My foot is under his butt. My other foot is underneath as well. So he doesn't he can't get those ankles to give me a hard time. Okay, real hard for him. Then from here, I just move my body back, arch, and take the lock. Okay? One more time. Somehow you're in this position, his leg is up. Okay? You're rolling. Okay, then from here, your knee comes in, catch it. You can grab the heel, good idea. And then from here, drop back, fall to the side, and squeeze. He's going to be coming after you. If he comes towards you, just push your knees in. You're in position, and just take the lock. Okay? One more time, show it from this angle. Turn this way. Okay, he's blocking. You to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the side. Your arm is through. If you don't, take the heel. Squeeze on his legs, and you got the heel lock. You have a lower extremity lock right here. Boom. Again, we're in the same position. He comes up, he's blocked, somehow you're to the side. When in doubt, you're not getting anything in here, and you're trying, you can't get your knee in, get a knee mount or anything like that. He's starting to push away because there's a lot going on here. Go for the lower extremities. Right here. Hand on top, over the top. Go ahead and post out so you get some weight over it. And then you get your basic key lock. And here, I'm grabbing my bicep. Toes go in, and just drop it down. Elbow, collapse everything. Right here. He's got a kick, but you can just basically kind of just fall right over there. Right on top of his leg, and just pull on in. And power that baby. He could grab your leg, so you got to be careful. Okay, so you want to keep him away, and sometimes you can protect. So I'll get like figure 4 a lot. Figure 4, I'm down here laying on one leg, and I just pop it in. One more time. Actually, let's do it from this angle. Okay, you're from the side, you kind of post out, you got that leg, okay, bump them a little bit, come out, post up, hook under, boom. Go ahead and collapse onto his leg, protect your own. You got his leg bent, which is ideal, and just tearing in. When Brian has the rear mount on me, this is ideal for his legs. This is great, okay? What's not good is when they cross their feet to the front. So if he crosses feet over, then you want to take advantage of this as you're protecting the choke. If his right foot is on top, I'm going to take my left foot and trap it. Then I'm going to take my foot here, like a figure 4. I'm going to bridge and kind of fall back. Post my hips up, pull down on his foot, pull away, and get the lock. If his other foot's on top, if his left is on top, I'm going to take my right. Again, you can assist yourself sometime unless he has your arms. Go on top of his instep, get the figure 4, and just bridge it on back and expand your hips. Okay, bridge it out. Ideally, he wants to be there. You don't want to cross. So if they cross, take advantage of the ankle lock. If you're going to be shooting in on a person to get the takedown, quite often you're going to find yourself trapped. Well, same for them. And what's natural for quite a few people is that if he shot in and I sprawled out on him, okay, he doesn't want me to get behind him. Now, I may just take this because there's a guillotine and there's chokes. But if I want to get behind him and really take advantage and, get him on his belly, etc., there's a little technique of getting away from the horns or getting around the horns. And these are the horns that are coming up. So if I try to go left, his arm is stopping me. If I try to go right, his arms are stopping me. Okay? So what I'm going to do is keep pressure on him. I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to take the back of my forearm and go right on the base of his neck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach in, as you can see here, and I'm going to hook his tricep real high up. Okay? So I'm sprawled out like this. I come through, and I'm pushing down his head, okay, with my forearm. I get his tricep. I got one hand, if I can, I want to pill it, and then I have it trapped. And I want to reach over and grab his butt. That's what we call a butt drag. If I could, and it's there, I'll grab his ankle, any ankle. I grab his butt, and I pull myself around. Now I'm behind him, break him down, get the choke, etc. Short from the opposite angle. Again, I decide that I want to go this way. So I push his head down. I got his head trapped right on my forearm. I grab on his tricep. Now, I really don't have to pill his arm, okay? Because I got his tricep and I got his butt. I do is rotate my hips and get around. You see the footwork there? And I'm behind you. Okay, so it's a very good basic technique. You can work it off the 3/4 series, snag it, pill arm, and get around. Okay, and that's what we are referencing as a butt drag. Using the butt to drag you to where you need to go. The ankle pick is a powerful technique, especially when you have someone who wants to bring the thunder to the table. That means they're coming at you, you're coming at them. Somehow you lock horns, you get in here, and you're trying to push that person. And of course you can strike and throw elbows. But you get in, and I have my hand kind of like posted on her neck, my elbow's inside of his arm. If I have this hand with an inside tie-up, what happens, if he tries to punch me with this hand, I got inside control. Okay? If he tries to punch me with that hand, I got my elbow control. And I'm snapping his head. Okay, we call this a snap down. I'm snapping, pulling him toward me. And I can have a motion where I just kind of pull it down just naturally, or I can kind of go out like this. But what I'm going to do, I'm setting up. There's a little setup here. I want to get his right ankle. So I got it forward, I pulled him forward, and I'm kind of pushing, but I snap him down, trying to bring his head to his right knee, because I want the right ankle. And once I get him down enough, I'm going to push with my right forearm, because anytime you pull someone down, they want to come up. And I'm going to step right to the outside of his right foot. My left hand is going to reach down, it's going to block. It's not necessarily going to pull, but it's going to block his heel with a fish hook as I kind of go out like this. And it should look something like this. You have the inside tie up, I pull him, then when I pop him up, it should be right here. And at this point, you go in for like a basic lock. Okay, you can do a figure 4 like WWF or something. Okay? So the technique is the ankle pick. And in the drill tape, there's a lot of different things that we do to teach you how to get ankles. Okay? So you want to go back to that. Show it again from this side. You got the tie up inside here. Okay? You got the right foot forward. As you snap him down, he's going to pull up and push right there. Push him, trap that heel, and he's down. Now you got a leg. He could kick you, so you got to be aware of that. but you got him on the ground. And that's an ankle pick. The cradle roll to an armbar submission. I like this move. This is one of my favorite moves if I get behind a person. Okay, let's go ahead and turn and face the camera. Okay, somehow you wrestled and you got to this position. Okay, what we want to do is if we want to roll to our right, we need to get our right leg in and hook. Okay, so let's say I blocked here and I'm able to get that hook in. Okay, now as my foot's over there, I'm here. Now what's going to happen, your foot can wrap inside of the leg, but we're really just going to have our foot going straight across his body. All I have to do at this point is go in between his head and his right arm, and I hook it. So I get like a chin hook here with I hook it. I want to grab it. My other hand can grab an ankle or a butt, like for a drag. It can be either ankle, or you can grab right behind his hamstring, his right hamstring. What I'm going to do is once I hook here, okay, I got it trapped. My leg is in, I'm just going to come through. My head is going to follow my leg like a Russian roll. And I'm going to end up right here, coming through. This leg that's underneath him is going to, that momentum is going to leverage him over. And I lift him. So he's going to land like that, and in fast motion, this one comes around like this. I still have that arm. I let go of the leg, or I can hold on to the leg, and I got the arm bar. Okay. We'll do it toward the camera. Okay, face this way. I like this move. I tried it once on a 280 pounder, and he didn't go. Okay, but I was able to retract and get back up. But then I've done on big guys, some big guys, and it works. It just depends. Okay, from here, I get my hook in. 1, okay, 2. Again, you're going to come through. Pull him over the top, over, and bar. We call that cradle roll. Because in wrestling, there's a cradle right there. Do it one more time. Okay, let's get like a side angle. Okay? Again, you block the arm, you get your hooks. In, boom, boom. It's a powerful, quick move. I'm heavier than Brian, so it's easier, but it works real well on heavier weights. You got the arm, bring it on back, and take the bar. And that's the cradle roll. This technique is what we call a reaching stand-up. It's a wrestling maneuver, okay, but there's a lot of attributes that are developed. It's a very good technique, okay, to work on. So you're going to get in a basic wrestling position when you work this. Okay, so I'm in a referee position, and he's set, got his hand on my belly button, the C grip right behind my elbow. And from here, I'm going to practice my stand-up. This is a reaching stand-up. First thing I'm going to do if he's on my left is I'm going to step with my left foot diagonal. So I'm going to do a diagonal step. My head comes up. And I'm going to reach with my left hand. Here. Okay? So I didn't step straight forward. He has a cradle and all types of stuff. I want to keep this leg away from that hand so he can't grab my ankle. As I reach, my right hand grabs his wrist. Now from here, I'm going to put my weight into him because in reality, he's going to be pretty strong. And I'm going to pivot on my rear foot. That's what we call our trail leg, like when we shoot the double and all that stuff. So I kind of pivot into it, and I put weight on him. At this time, I get hand control real good, 2-on-1. Hand control is extremely important. 2-on-1, and then I kind of like push it into my back pocket, okay? Like I want it way back here. Now, when I'm doing all of this, he could easily have so much momentum or strength, he pushed me forward. If that happens, that's okay, okay? Keep your weight, your hips up, your weight's into him, and you can still work. You still got hand control. Now here, all you gotta do is turn to your rear leg. That's the leg closest to him. So if I'm here, my left leg's closest, and all I do is turn into him. A lot of times keeping an arm. If I was like I was initially, Okay? I got this arm, I'm gonna use it now. I'm gonna do a diagonal elbow down as I turn to my back leg, my trail leg. As I do it, I spin off, I come through here. If his head was in tight, trying to hold on, he would catch an elbow, bang, right into his face. And now I'm ready to continue to fight. So we'll do it again from this angle. Reaching stand up teaches good hand control. Okay, so from here, diagonal step. 1. And I'm on those hands. If I can control his hands, I can control what he's trying to do to me. I pivot into him. 2. And I got my weight on him. I'm doubled up on the arm. 3, put it to the rear. Now a lot of people say, well, what if he just backs off? Well, you build up sensitivity for that, and you'll cut off or you'll just walk away. And 3, cut hard. Okay, I didn't cut too hard, I didn't want to hit him. And I caught an arm. So I'm in position, if I want it, to like duck under, get in, do a fireman's, you name it. The key thing on the reaching is that they're coming across. If he was over here, it'd be there. And you can practice this on your own. Just imagine you have a partner. Hand control. Hand control is what should be stressed. In this next stand-up, we call it the Oki stand-up. Again, you're going to go into a wrestler's position to practice it. Okay? From here, again, I'm going to take a diagonal step. As I take the diagonal step, my left arm, I step with my left foot, okay, is going to come in and get into this position. Elbow tight to the body. The reason I want that is because it stops him from getting his arms through, getting good control, getting around my waist, and next thing you know, I'm back on the ground. I want to be here. So if he comes over the top, then we can do that basic hook out. You know, there's a lot of things you can do from that. So he doesn't want to do that. Okay, a guy who really is decent at wrestling is not going to come over the top like that. But I want hand control still. So from here he has a referee position. I take my first step, boom. The hand is on my belly. Oh, I'm on top of that. I'm grabbing fingers, I'm grabbing that hand. Okay? I'm grabbing, I'm tight in here. He's not coming over the top. I got the door closed there. I got this hand. All I have to do now is pivot on my rear foot and pivot into him. Okay? I got his hand. At this point, I want to push his hand. I can come in here and still keep it tight. Okay? Come over here and assist. And I want to push it off to the side. And again, I'm going to tear off. Since I have his hand, I'm going this way. I can't elbow him. Turn in. And I have his arm. Okay? And there's a lot there. I want you to see something though. When I stand up, okay, I take that diagonal step. I got hand control. Look at my bottom foot. I don't step forward like this. Now I'm out of balance. What I do is I just pivot on it. Okay? I pivot on it. Double up on his hands, because that means nada. As long as he can't squeeze in underneath. And you know not to let a person lock their hands underneath your arms. Here, turn into him. You got an arm. You're set up for your 2-on-1, or to do whatever you're going to do. So you're thinking hand control, hand control. Now, with the Russian roll, if you're having a hard time, it's right there for you. Okay, so one more time. You got the Oki stand-up. Okay, I go 1. Okay, 2. Double up on it. If he thinks he's going to throw me, he gets his hips real close to me. Okay, right there, he's close. I got 1 foot in between his 2 legs. If I think he's going to throw me, then I can go for a roll. I'm tight here. All I have to do, this leg goes to the outside, this leg goes to the inside. Okay? As I drop and catch his ankle with this hand. So my elbow's got to be in tight. Okay? It'd be great if he was over, it'd be real easy to get under. Okay, so I have to keep it tight. As I do that, it's like a suicide dive. 1 in slow motion, 2, kick. And you can get that. Okay? Push him out, pass it, and you got a knee bar. It's right there. If you move this one over like this, then what you got is you got both legs. Okay? You got both. So I'm grabbing with one hand here, and I can get submission there. And this kind of like helps you understand when you're doing that Russian roll, like say when he gets to Iowa. Okay, you're working control. He gets that Iowa in there, right? And he's going to ride and kind of stop me from standing up. Well, I'm in between his 2 legs. So all I got to do is grab the leg inside, this between my 2 legs. And when I grab it, my head follows the leg in between his legs. And from right here, I roll through. All I got to do is kick him, and I got a submission. Okay? So sometimes, like when you get that Iowa, your hips got to be really low, extremely tight. So they can't get their head through there. They try to roll, they're upside down. Then you pancake them, just give them a hard time. But again, when you're working Oki stand-up, hand control, good pivot, they come over the top, hook out. So one more time. Okay, from here, first thing I do, if somebody's behind me, I'm protecting my neck, I'm going to step up the diagonal, same way. So I go 1, 2. Okay, if he comes over the top, I hook out right there. And I got an arm. Okay? So sometimes practice, they come over the top, hook out. Good pivot, and that's your Oki stand-up. We're going to do a rear front trip. Okay? From here, you get behind them. And you're trying to lift them, but you're not, and they're running. They're trying to like turn into you, and they're giving you a hard time. As he's going forward, what you're going to do is take either your right or your left, whatever you feel mostly comfortable with. And you're going to like just kind of like kickstand on your left foot, for me. I'm going to throw my right foot, so my hips kind of go more to the right, over the top. And I want to make sure I clear his knee. I want to be up high, okay? Because it's probably going to sag down a little bit. But I hook here, and then I kind of just sag into him and use my hips a little bit, and then we're going to fall. I'm automatically going to post and then get into position to do my thing, okay? So it's real basic. The key thing is that you want your body to become one with theirs. So they're carrying your weight, okay? So from the front, we're not going to go down, but from here, he's going forward. He's trying to like pull my hands apart. He's working hand control. And I hook, and I kind of like pull my foot to the middle. I post, throw my hips into it, and then take him down. And that's a rear trip, okay? Rear trip, front trip from behind. Now we have a facing front trip. All that means is that you're facing the person. Somehow you get in, you get the clinch, and you're about to get them down, and they're somewhat straight up, and they're pulling back or whatever. A lot of times this is going to be there for you, especially if you lock hands. Again, I want to get a little bit more to my right because I favor my right leg, and I'm just going to hook, and then I'm going to try to sweep, okay? Right above the back of the knee. So when you make your movement, it slides right there in the crook of the leg, okay? And your movement is going to be, you want to hook it up, and you want him to go to his back, so you land in the mount. Okay, so I'm in here like this. With wrestling, there's a lot going on, okay? It's going to be there for you. Hook. You're going to fall, and make sure you land in the mount position. Establish control, okay? Get your knees in tight, and then work your thing. Okay, this is a facing front trip. Last time you get it in, it's right there. Hook. Okay, make sure your body's forward. You're not like this, or you're going to be on the ground. Okay, you're going forward. You got some momentum for him going back. Hook, and then you're going to take him down. And that's a facing front trip. Okay, in this situation, somehow the person got behind you. What we want to do is we want to get hand control. If they go over the top, easily you're going to be able to hook out, okay? So that's not going to be a problem, especially when you don't have a gi on. If you have a gi on, then you want to get hand control as you work certain techniques and get out of there. But in this situation, you're doing submission grappling or something, and he grabs around the waist. So you automatically get hand control because he got in there. Now, from here, we're going to do what we call a shoulder-to-shoulder roll. In wrestling, some people reference it as a Granby. It's a beautiful technique for escape, primarily. From here, all Brian does, takes a roll from one shoulder to the next shoulder. Boom, all the way over, okay? And he's facing me in the end. Okay, so we'll do that a little faster so you can kind of get an idea what he has the hand and roll, shoulder to shoulder. And he's right there. We'll do it again from here. It's not a forward roll. Okay, so like in the drill tape, you know, we show you how to do that roll and then you drill it. So make sure you go back to that and do it again and again and again. Okay, so from here, okay, face that way. Okay, I'm reaching over, so I'm on this side. He grabs that hand and it's right there. He rolls out of it and he's facing me. And if he wants, he can keep the hand and have hand control. It's not a forward roll. If he did a forward roll, okay, he would be doing a Russian roll to catch my legs. Or if he did a shoulder roll, kind of roll forward, even if my leg wasn't there, then there's a good chance this could happen and get stuck. Okay, so you're actually rolling sideways. Okay, so we'll do it one more time. I consider it to be an advanced technique. He has the hand and he rolls out of it. Boom, boom, and we're there. We're now facing each other. And that's a shoulder-to-shoulder roll. A key point when you're going to escape with the shoulder-to-shoulder is your footwork. Okay? You're either going to fin out, his feet are going to fin straight out to the side, okay? Or he's going to step up. That's the bottom foot coming under. The reason he's doing that is he's getting his feet to the outside of my legs, the assailant to the rear. Okay, because if my legs are tight, okay, and I'm in here like this, that's going to interfere with the roll. So he's got to clear his feet. Okay, so from here, he would want to step up. And there's his, then he can go right into his shoulder to shoulder. And he's out of there. Okay? Other times, I may be back far enough and he just wants to make sure he's clear, he can just fan out. Okay? And right there, now he's ready to go. See? It's a side roll. Okay? So it's a great escape. Okay? Keep that in mind that you got to make sure the footwork is like, you know, the positioning is perfect. Okay? So you want to get out. You may want to get out real far sometime too. I mean, just get out there. If you can get sideways where you're like this, now, boom. Look at that. He rolled right in front of me from left, you know, from right to left. Okay, so footwork is essential for making a shoulder-to-shoulder work. The crossbody, I personally believe, is the most dangerous position he could be in when I'm here. Main reason, I have good body weight on his upper chest. Second thing is that I have this elbow that can strike him, and I have this knee that can strike him. And if he doesn't know how to bind my legs, you know, and make it real difficult for me to move, it's going to be pretty easy for me to get the mount. Okay, so there's a couple things we need to understand here in this series. So this is a powerful position, okay? Very powerful. Now he has good position with his arms underneath, so it's not much for me there. And as you see in the drill tape, and the more you practice, Brian's real good at back arch, bridging. If you can bridge and you're working the drills, guess what? You're going to be able to escape quite a few situations, that, especially ones where you don't have a gi top on. Okay, but from here, okay, working, I got to make sure I'm heavy and I can stop him from bridging and rolling. So I make sure I have control and position, and then I start getting arms. First arm that's available, if it's out here like this, I can work it. I can basically just get his arm straight. I got enough strength, I get a basic key lock here, and just bridge it up. That's a bar, okay? So again, his arm's loose, boom, I straighten it, push there, get under, and then lock it out. The next lock that's available to me is a reverse key lock. Okay, I get him in L position. I come underneath like I did to the front, and I'm here. Now, I'm not going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. And as I do that, I'm going to heist out a little bit, and I'm rolling back. Now, to make that more effective, is I take this foot and I go over the top. Okay, so I have base, and I have this foot over his face, and then I just roll it. And I keep that L position, I got the lock. Okay, so again, I'm in here, I got a straight arm bar, this there, I got a key lock, this here, over the top, and lock that baby. Okay, then from here, I may want to take the mount. How do you take the mount from here? Well, a real basic thing is keep some weight on it and post here. The reason I'm going to post here is so he can't get me in his guard, his half guard. Okay, if I'm out like this. If I'm not, and I have both my hands here, he can get my leg under real easy. Next thing you know, I can't do much. Restricts my movement. Okay, so a lot of times I'm going to have this hand here and this hand here. Okay, sometimes you can grab him right around his butt, okay, like a rubber arm. So I'm here. I'm doing pretty good. Now there's a guillotine there, and I can reach around. Sometimes I can grab his chin. Okay, it's a good position, good controlling position, especially when he doesn't have a gi top on. If he had a gi, then I would reach around with my thumb, and I would get a stealth choke. But this is a good position. So if I'm in here like this, I'm restricting his movement big time. And I can crank it a little bit. Okay? Just by grabbing his chin and just cranking that way. Same as if I had his gi. So that's a movement. If I want to get on top though, I may want to establish that, get his chin, post here, heist out. Now, if his arm is here, then this move works pretty good. All I got to do is trap, and then come over the top. I still have the chin hook here. And with this hand, to get the neck crank, all you gotta do is capture that arm. And you just crank it back. Well, I keep his chin, and pull it out, and now I'm at the top of the mount. Okay? So those are some good things to keep in mind when you're working from there. Okay? And you can learn the maneuver, slide down, get ankles, go to the head, you know, and move around. Okay? Again, this hand is posted here. If I want to get on top, I heist out here. And he's going to start blocking. As he starts to block, I post. And then I get on top. Okay? You get your arm bars from the side. And you can just go to work. One last technique is when he does leave his arm out like this. Now, if you have a gi top on, it works really well. Grab your gi. You have the arm trapped. You post, and then all you do is kind of walk around until you get behind them, and then you kind of like post them up and get your knee right there. Making sure you keep your arm. Now all you got to do, post, okay, slide around, and then you just take the bar, okay? So I'll show you that from opposite angle. Okay, so I'm here. Here's the arm. Okay. All I gotta do is just walk around, get my knee behind him, and once the knee is behind him and I can like get him up, then all I gotta do is just toss the leg over. And then I got a bar. It's all there from the crossbody. And you're striking, okay, hit, all these strikes are great for like shocking the person or dividing their attention so you can get certain arm bars. So if I wanted this arm, now I may go here or here. He's gonna cover. As he covers, that's when I come in here and just get my basic bar. and just keep working from there. So the crossbody is a grand position. And the more time you spend working on it, the better you're going to get. But that's your basis for beginning and becoming highly skilled. Knee mount is a very good position. In sport jiu-jitsu, you can get quite a few points. One of the first things we're going to do, after we have this side posted, okay, so you can't get the guard, is I'm going to slide this hand in and grab either his skin, his shirt, or his gi. Bring my elbow into his throat and push my hand into the floor. With the other hand, I'm going to come over right in here, and I'm going to pull myself up and put my knee right over his belly button, lower center. This leg is out far enough where he can't easily grab it. And once I come up, then one of my first goals is to grab this hand just like this. Okay? Here. Okay, he can't get a bar on me, but I can get a bar on him. Now, if he rolls that way, one of the first things I'll do is kind of follow him, pulse, and then bar. It's right there. Anytime the arm is straight, the bar is there. I'm being nice, but real easily, you can take, hook, throw that knee over, flex your feet, and extend your body as you have your bars. If I just come up, and he's like this, and I don't have a real good position, he's going to reach out with a hand. And whatever hand he reaches out, like we've covered before, you go ahead and knock out, get the arms close for an arm bar, or get this one for an arm bar. They're both right there. Okay, some of the things that open up these arms is to grab his head and bring him forward and see where he works from there. Okay? If he pushes, then you just take your bars. They're going to be there. Okay? And then, of course, you can always go through the back door and get the leg locks that we've worked. Okay, but the key thing that you want to work on at this point in your training is practicing keeping position and seeing how long you can keep this. So, like, say Brian wants to, get out. Okay? You'll see, okay, that and I'm trying not to put pressure on him, okay, because I'm much heavier. But when we're training, I'm going to put more pressure on him, okay, and real quick what's going to happen, this leg is going to continuously slide as I start to lose control. I may butt drag here, and then I'm here. If I had that arm trapped, that leg folds in, and I got my mount. So you work it and see how long you can keep control. Okay, go ahead and get out. And so he starts pushing my leg. Okay, sometimes I'll guide it right there. And what do we cover? Boom. Right there. You got a leg. If he pushes your knee that way, then you go that direction and get the knee bar. Okay, so you practice from that position. Okay, you learn that more in situation training or fighting. Okay, but it's work from here with a knee on the stomach and just come up with wonderful maneuvers for getting the person to submit. But this is a great position to be in. It's not very stable, but it's good. And there's quite a few opportunities for you on top when you have your knee on them. Now it's time to understand the suck back. This is really a Newton's law type of technique, mainly because you're using gravity to assist you. And that's all we're going to do is suck the person back. Okay, my right hand is going to reach around and grab his chin. You should be grabbing the chin a lot. Like when you do your 3/4 series, hey, grab the chin. Instead of putting your hand on the head, grab the chin. Crank it. Okay, pull it. Okay, that's a good technique. Now, or grab across the throat if it's allowed. But from here, my other hand comes under. And if you notice, this is the same as a Liberty Bell choke. I would have my thumb in here, I would pull down, and I would choke. But let's say he doesn't have a gi on. He doesn't have a uniform. So I grab here, I get my underhook like this. Now, what I need, go ahead and turn to the side, is for him not to be in good position as he's starting to get up, but for him to be in bad position where he passes that 90 degrees. Now, what I'm going to do is suck him back. I don't want to keep going straight back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like throw my legs out. Okay, I'm going to go toward my underhook. And I'm going to kind of pull him back. Right here. You may even get your chin into him. Now he could punch you, same as you could like twist his head. And if you twist his head, you have an arm bar. You see what I mean? So you're right in position to twist, get it over, and take the bar. Or shoot it around and take the bar. Okay? So I have his chin, I have his arm caught, and then I got a bar, and I got a neck crank. Okay? So again, I go here, and I get it. Now you got to do this fast before he hooks out and gets hand control. Okay? So I underhook, put my chin in there, curve, pull it back. Okay? I got him on his back. Now I just start cranking a little bit. Okay? From here you can use his head. And you can like crank, okay, until you can get his arm trapped, come back under, and then boom. Okay? The suck back is a really good technique to get a guy on his back when he's turned to you like this, and then get like a crossbody. Okay? And we call that sucking the guy back. You can do this standing up sometime. Okay? You work from the right and work from the left. You know, key thing is the footwork, make sure you're not there. So the last time from behind, chin, underhook, pull him back. You got him down, and that's a suck back. Okay, good wide base, okay, and you're in there tight. You've broken a person down to their stomach, okay? What we're gonna do is what we call a rock out to an arm bar. From here, I'm gonna go for hand control. Got my hips on him, okay? I double up, I'm gonna roll him forward like this, okay? Now, from here, I'm gonna go after this left arm. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of roll out and heist. I'm gonna keep my shoulder and some weight on top of him to stop him from coming up. And as I roll out, I'm just gonna peel this arm straight up like this, okay? There's an arm bar right there. There's a wrist lock right there, okay? I can let go at the same time, and I can fold him in here. And I have a basic chicken wing, okay? And then as I roll back out, I can go back up to the front. I can block him so he can't roll and get him there. Okay, so you have rock out with your chicken wing. So again, let's say he's up on all fours. Okay, you got your hooks in on him. Okay, you break him down. Okay, get his hands rolling, rock out. So you can see, boom, right there. There's an arm bar. This hand, far hand, comes under. Run it to his back. Fish, hook his back, post on his head. Get back, the arms collapse, chicken wing. Okay? So we do the rock out one more time, facing the camera. He's on all fours. Or actually, let's break it down. Go ahead, he's down. Okay, his hands are out in front, so you're gonna go for control. You're gonna like roll forward and pull his arms through. As you do that, I'm gonna go for his left. Weight's on him. Okay. Pull him out. Right there. There's the bar. I got weight on him. Good position. This hand comes through, if I want the chicken wing, and it reaches across, right at the crook of his elbow. At that point, I heist and go to his backside, cross over, grab his shoulder of the arm that I'm winging, and then drive it forward. That's a chicken wing. Riding is a science. It's more offensive than it is defensive. Okay? Riding, you want to tire the person down, or you need time to make sure when you make a move, it's the right move. So you just want to keep yourself in a position where you're safe, and they're in a position where they have to make sure, you know, well, they need to reverse it. They're not in the best position in the world. And you're just like taking your time, taking your time. Okay? Okay, excluding strikes. If I'm on top right here and I'm riding, basic ride is, hey, he starts like, trying to get up, and I just like, stay on top. Just stay on top, getting him tired. He starts pushing and just trying to get out of there. I just keep him tired, okay? Some of the things that I'll do to keep him going, to stay in front of him though, is from here, I'll give him an out. If he sees that out, he'll roll that way. Then I'll get right behind him. I can do my thing. Believe it or not, people roll or they'll go toward freedom. So if I'm like this, he'll automatically feel it, okay? And then I'm on top. Now I'll practice doing this a lot. And if I go like this, he's gonna roll until it stops. If I go like this, he's gonna roll until it stops, until he's locked again.